Okay, we're going to hear from our race winner and his race team, and that's Matt Crafton. And he gets his 12th career NASCAR Camping World Truck Series victory, his first win in 2016, and your first victory here at the Monster Mile. That's quite a trophy you're going to take home, too. So congratulations to that. The driver of the number 88 Chi-Chi's Menards Toyota for the Thorsons. And he's joined up here by team general manager David Pepper and crew chief Junior Joyner. Congratulations to this race team. That was a heck of a race out there. Matt, talk about the way you came up through the field, and then the battle that you had there in the closing laps with the 51 truck.
Oh, it was a great race. I mean, I had a lot of fun. This is honestly one of my favorite racetracks, and to not win here as long as I have, as long as it's taken me, it's that much sweeter, to be honest. I mean, I've taken some really, really, really hard hits here. I've separated my shoulder. I mean, I've done a lot of things. I've rung my bell a few different times, and to have this Menards Toyota Tundra as good as it was today and as bad as it was yesterday, that just shows the team that I have that makes these things as fast and makes it so fun to drive. And the 51, I knew that I had a class act racer behind me, and I felt that I had a better truck than him. I could pull out a little bit, and then I would just try to pace myself at that pace and not let him catch me, and didn't want to overdrive myself and have a little bit just in case we had another yellow flag so I could take off again. And he would catch me, and then I'd pull back away, and he would catch me, and it was just one of those mirror games, and just having enough at the end to be able to put this thing in victory lane. Well,
congratulations. And David, talk about this win. It's a big win for your organization, be able to take that trophy back up to Ohio. And I know how hard this race team wins. It's works. It's a championship race team, and to be able to win at Dover has to be very, very special.
It's really special, but you know, I say it many times. I say it every time we all get together. It's about these two guys right here. They have such a chemistry to work on the truck. We're never out of it, never panic, and they put together a good winning team. And it's just really big to get this team into chase. You know, that's the first goal this year, and now we got to keep digging.
Well, congratulations.
You were talking about Rico.
We're talking about Rico over here giving us a thumbs up.
I saw
Rico's knocking on the glass over here. That's great.
Well, congratulations. Congratulations, and you do bring up a good point, David. Obviously, Matt now gets himself into the chase in the Camping World Truck Series, and that's a big deal.
Very
big deal
so.
for you. So congratulations.
Absolutely. One of the biggest things now is Junior can finally get the bat off his shoulder and make some changes on this truck, because we've been running the same setups for the last 2 or 3 years. I'm like, man,
it looked like we needed to change it, huh?
Well, I'm not sure.
I'm just hard on him. I mean, he's hard on me, and I'm hard on him. That's, I guess, why we run as good as we do. And I've been telling him, let's try to get out of the box and try something. He's like, Crafton, we haven't won a race in, I mean, forever. I mean, we did win Homestead, but now maybe we can kind of get out of the box and try something a little different. Now we're in chase.
And I'm going to ask Junior about that. Junior, you got this win. You're now chase eligible. How does that change your outlook now as you go to some of these other different racetracks coming up? You know, next week you'll be at Charlotte and so forth, and the rest of the month of January, or excuse me, January. Good gosh. How does this affect your strategy and setting up the trucks, being able to get bonus points now, and those types of things?
Matt pretty much hit the nail on the head. I mean, we definitely want to get outside the box per se, but at the same time, we enjoy being in here with you and winning races. You know, that's what it's all about. So when you have something that you know can go out any given week and contend for the win, it's really hard to steer too far away from that. So we've got some ideas, and next week we've got an extended practice, and we'll get outside the box for Matt. And then, you know, he'll cuss me and yell at me, and then we'll haul the mail again. But I enjoy the getting creative. There's nothing more that I enjoy. Thank you, sir. There's nothing more I enjoy than getting creative and getting outside the box and trying new stuff. But you know, you got to be smart, and I've got a job to do, and my job is to put this Menards Tundra in victory lane, and so it's going to be fun. I'm really glad. You know, this was an emotional one for me, because I feel like I told him at the end of the year last year, in the beginning of this, I said, there's one race I really, really want to win, and it's this one because of this fella sitting right here next to us. You know, we seen a couple of these at Hornady's house years ago, and we both were like, man, that's the coolest trophy ever. So it's really neat to come here. And I always tell people that want to go and watch a race, I'm like, you got to go to Dover. Nothing against the other 22 we go to, but Dover is like, you never have the Dover feeling on TV. Until you get here and you sit down in turn one and you watch these trucks run wide open down in the corner, there's nothing on earth like it. And they're setting a pace today. That's all I know. We're about 3/10 quicker than we were last year, and it's these guys are having to work. So,
Well, good deal. We'll take questions now for the winning team. We have two right in the middle there. We'll go with Reed and then Lee.
Reed Spencer with NASCAR Wire Service. Matt, on the TV broadcast, Michael Walter referred to Junior as a mastermind. From the progress that you guys made from practice to the race, would you agree with that assessment?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what makes us as good as we are. I mean, we weren't very good, and I have so much faith in what he does, and he has so much faith in what I do. And it was easy yesterday to just throw your hands up and say, okay, I guess we're just going to stink tomorrow during the race because we were definitely off. We started off, we were decent, and then we got off, and at the end of practice, we made last two runs, we made some headway, and then at that point, we actually just stopped a little bit early because we knew the direction we needed to go and just stopped at that point and put our heads together, and he told me the things that he wanted to change, and I told him the things I thought that would help, and I just let him go. I showed up here at about 11 o'clock because I know he was the man to make the thing right.
Lee?
Lee Spencer, Motorsport.com. Congratulations. Was it, Matt, was it you or Junior who said we finally won this thing and never thought it was going to happen? One of the two, you said that after the race.
that was me. I know I said it. I'm not sure if he did too, but I just felt like we'd been so close so many times, and it's taken trucks and separated shoulders, and we haven't been able to pick up fuel, and there's just so many things that have kept us out of victory lane, and we've been so envy of this fella and that victory lane. It's such a good feeling. I can't even believe it. But I'm going to go back to his question, and this guy, he don't give himself, and Michael doesn't give him enough credit, but we do it together. We're both masterminds of what we do because we never stop. That's what makes us a unit. We don't ever stop. I mean, he would text me, call me at midnight if he woke up and had an epiphany on something. And the good thing is we'll both take it in, and we do it together. So that's what makes us a good, I think.
And David, from the front office, what goes through your mind when you have two trucks wrecking and then you have another truck, by the end of the day in victory lane? I mean, that's a lot to balance for a manager.
We're definitely going to have a lot of discussions when we get back. It's racing. When you have four trucks out there, they're invariably going to race each other, and things happen. We'll shake it off and build some fast trucks. The good thing is our trucks have speed. We capped off the day with a big win. That's great for the company. We'll go back and fix our other trucks, and those guys will be fast, and we'll go to Charlotte.
Other questions?
Too cool that happened.
Right here, Kelly.
He's a bonehead. It's his own fault.
Kelly Crandall from PopularSpeed.com for David as well. Going back to that wreck, talking about Rico and Ben. I talked to Ben yesterday, and he said, he's like, man, we've had fast trucks, we just can't catch a break. And then something like today happens. Can you just talk about having him as a part of the team? And he has had a rough start to the season, but he's been fast.
You know what? All our trucks have been fast. I think you could pinpoint each and every race where one of these Thor Sport trucks or several of them were leading laps, and that speaks to these two here and our other three drivers and the crew chiefs and the guys that work on these trucks every day and everything that Duke and Ron to give us to go win races. You have years like this where at the end of the race it culminates with a race victory, but you have to balance that with so many times during the course of a race different things happen and keep one of your teams from winning. A perfect example was when in Atlanta, we got one of our trucks involved in an accident, Matt, and the truck leading the race as soon as the caution was over was another one of our trucks. So yeah, it runs the gamut. You have a whole range of emotions because I'm very excited about the win, and this is a huge victory for this company and these guys here, but we also had to go back and kind of lick our wounds with the other teams and get them focused and tell them, hey, next week's another week.
Any further questions? Lee?
Matt, you have a pretty big birthday coming up next month, and just,
I thought we were friends.
Best question.
just kind of wondering if you have any big plans for your 40th, since now you're like hell twice as old as most kids whose butts you're kicking every week.
I mean, I guess maybe have to work a little bit harder and keep myself in shape and just stay smarter than them, because as you can see, some of the races at Kansas is great racing, but sometimes they're not the smartest out there. And at the end of the day, you got to be smarter and be there at the end. And that's what I try to do, is just always put yourself in position. And I thought we were friends. You had to bring that up. Yeah, that 40th is like, damn, I guess it's not 50, so it is what it is. I'm
Might as
happy
well
and I'm
be.
winning races.
Well, congratulations to the number 88 team, Thor Motorsports, Junior Joyner, David Pepper, the Thorsons, Matt Crafton. Congratulations.